We have reports of doctors across the United States quitting en masse. Apparently, socialized medicine is just not working out for doctors and patients and that type of thing. We have a massive explosion as well in Michigan that tossed debris 2 miles. This was just catastrophic in Michigan, and investigators can't even approach it. It's still too hot. 5 days later. Absolutely crazy. Banks losing hundreds of paychecks, and another mortgage company hacked. We got your reports coming in from all over the United States as well as all over the world. Let's jump into it. Welcome to the Poplar Report. I'm Steve Poplar. I'm an accountant by trade, and these are your updates. Viewers just like you sharing what they're seeing on the ground, where they are, and what's happening at stores, at their workplaces, and situations that are coming up all over the place. We do want to thank our sponsor, Genesis Gold Group. They do a fantastic job helping people get out of stocks and bonds and into something more stable, something real, like physical gold, silver, or platinum coins. There'll be a link at the end of the video if you want to get some more information from Jonathan, or if you just have questions about what you can do with your 401k or IRA. Dennis Rock Bottom says, Southeast Iowa. I just saw yesterday for the first time fronting of merchandise at our big chain store. So even chain stores that are not like Walmart and Aldi's are starting to be impacted by this as well. Nothing stocked behind the fronted bottles and product. Up until now, the store had not had a shortage of anything, had plenty of everything too. Debelonius says Costco in Carson City, Nevada, has been missing the purple bags of adult dog food for the last month. It's hit or miss every time we go. Never saw this before. Something that they haven't seen before, and we're getting a bunch of reports that things are going on at Costco. Costco seems to be having some supply chain issues, not just the dog food, but I've been hearing from you guys talking about how Costco is being out of all sorts of different things that they usually have. This is from a viewer sharing about having to switch pharmacies. They had to switch pharmacies yesterday just to get my prescription filled. The pharmacy that I had been with for 14 years was no longer able to carry my medication on a regular basis. They said, so yesterday, all of my information and medications were transferred to the next town over. Not super convenient, right? I've never had to do something like this because I had no other choice. It seems petty compared to the other things going on in this world, but it's still very important. The simple fact is that it is downright inconvenient, and we are seeing more of these inconveniences all over the place. Why can't they just have the medications? Why can't you have the medication shipped to your home? I mean, I get you don't want it to fall in the wrong hands and stuff like that, but why can't they ship it to a pharmacy in your community? Just basic questions. Has anyone else just noticed these things don't work? I mean, I've been going round and round with T-Mobile. I was there like, I'm going to switch over to T-Mobile. Yeah, that's been a nightmare. Don't even get me started on that. It just spent an hour and a half on the phone with a phone rep at T-Mobile trying to fix what a salesperson messed up. And we're not at a resolution yet. It's just crazy. Just things that used to work just don't work anymore. You can't just escalate to a manager and get things fixed. It's absolutely crazy. I mean, somebody switching over to a phone company is worth tons of money for them. It should be something that they just make happen, right? This is from Cheesecake Prepper. That sounds like you're set up. In Clinton Township, Michigan, 20 miles outside Detroit, March 4th, there was a set of massive explosions, and fireworks blowing up, burning at least 15 blocks. We still haven't been given an explanation on what caused the fire. And when they say massive, they mean massive. Debris was tossed 2 miles away. Burned 15 blocks. It's apparently still too dangerous for the fire investigators to actually go in to it was like an old shop and save that they were doing fireworks and had tanks of all sorts of different chemicals and stuff like that in there, and who knows what was going on there. Nobody, fire investigators can't even figure it out yet because they can't get in. It's been doused with 2 million gallons of water so far. But they're still afraid that if they move any of the rubble, it's going to cause additional explosions. So they don't want to send anyone in. Susie says, my son's auto insurance premium went up by 33%, 33.6% actually. He's in his 30s now. He's never had an accident or a ticket, no claims ever. When he called about the increase, they said it was due to rising costs. As someone who has had some issues with car issues in the past year, yeah, it's expensive right now to get anything fixed with your car. Labor is ridiculously expensive, and they just can't get parts. It's absolutely crazy. So don't have your car break, okay? Because you won't be able to afford it. If you are, then you are of the 1%. Highlander says, went to Tractor Supply in Frankfort, Kentucky. All of the gardening seeds, including all of the seed potatoes, have been limited to a short and narrow section, big enough to only fit 2 people at a time and not comfortably. Tiny little alcove for seeds now. Used to be a big thing. Used to have seed potatoes all over the place. Not anymore, friends. Not anymore. Not with the potato harvest like we've been seeing last couple of years. They don't want you to grow your own food. I mean, have you noticed this? They just don't want you to grow your own food. By the way, if you guys have reports that you'd like to send in, please just reply to any one of the videos on this channel. It can be this video, it can be other videos. Just use the word update in your comment, and that does get it to the right place. Appreciate that. Some of you guys are sending me emails with photos and videos attached because I don't want to get hacked, and that is a big problem. I can't click on any attachments, so and we don't attach video photos to these updates anyway. So I appreciate seeing them, but if they come up in the preview, but just understand why I'm doing that. A lot of people have been hacked out there, and this channel will, Lord willing, not be one of them. I say that, and now I'm just two. Megan says, I just received a work email saying that none of our paychecks got processed due to an issue with their host bank. There are at least 100 plus employees affected. No word on when the issue will be resolved. This is a first for us, so very abnormal. This is in mid-eastern Ohio, but then again, it just really comes down to what bank they're using and whether it actually was the bank issue or whether it was a company issue. You know, sometimes people blame things on people that weren't responsible, you know. It's sometimes easier just to say it was the bank's fault. Or a lawyer's fault, or who knows what. Alice in Butler, Pennsylvania at Walgreens says, had to wait for a truck to deliver their prescriptions. So they're trying to pick up their prescriptions, but they had to wait. The truck is coming. You know, we used to have the money truck, but now we have the drug truck. It's just, they didn't have enough to fill my monthly prescription. Have to go back. So after the drug truck showed up, they still didn't have enough of the prescription to give them their full month. Have to go back to get it filled up. Moments with Mitch in Burlington, North Carolina. When I went to the post office, I was telling the clerk about the social media being down, the Facebook and all that. He started telling me about last week his mortgage company notified him that they were hacked. Yes, another mortgage company. He said they offered him ID protection and that he didn't know whether or not to take it. I told him it's basically a free insurance policy. Let's come back to that in just a second. And he should take it. Another lady, when I went to vote, told me that McD's drive-thru in Whitsett, North Carolina went down this morning as well. When companies offer you that ID protection because they were hacked, don't be so quick to grab it. See, when they offer you that free ID protection, which costs them a couple bucks, realize what you're doing. Usually you're signing a waiver saying that you won't sue them. So if because of their negligence, you have your information hacked and you're out tens of thousands of dollars, you don't get the option of suing them because you took the ID protection, which may help, but then again, may not. Friends, the ID protection that they offer you comes with most of your credit cards. Okay, so if you have a credit card that has ID protection or ID lock or something like that, a lot of them do these days. Sometimes you have to take an extra step and sign up for it or whatever, but it's a perk of your credit card or something like that. If you already have ID protection, you might not want to take the ID protection from them, but they'll push it on you like, it's free, why wouldn't you want it? Here, sign this form. Waiving your right to vote, to sue them. Even though it may come out later that they were grossly negligent. You can join in the class action lawsuit. You can also independently sue them potentially. Oftentimes you get forced into the class action lawsuit, and usually the only people that make money off the class action lawsuit are the lawyers, because they end up agreeing to $5 per person that was hacked or something like that, and then the lawyers take $3 of those dollars. It's just that's unfortunately how it goes oftentimes. I got caught up in one of those things a few years ago. I got tremendous amount. I think I got a check for $1.60 or something like that. So yeah, just kind of weigh that out. Just be aware of what you're doing. Gail says, people are not getting their tax returns in a timely fashion. My mom had taxes done at H&R Block with the same person for years. Basic stuff, got a letter stating missing information. It wasn't. Block resent the information and said she is not the only one this is happening to. Maybe they were trying to delay giving refunds. This happens. So as a tax accountant, right? Yeah, I've seen that happen, and it could be just a one-off. It could be happening more this year, but the IRS their system sometimes just glitchy, and when you're talking about electronically filing, it usually works, but then sometimes it doesn't, and so I'm not sure if more people than normal are having problems with that this year. Let me know if you've had a problem where they accepted the electronic tax return, but then they didn't process if you're really waiting for a long time for your refund. Let me know. How about a lot of people out there not getting a refund this year where they usually do? Anyone seeing that one? Child tax credit. The Bidenator was talking about that, how awesome it was that everyone got all this free money. Yeah, but basically they were just borrowing it out of their refund. And so a lot of people are owing money at the end of the year now instead of actually, getting a refund. And that's ticking a lot of people off. Now, last year that happened too. So, whether that's more this year, let me know if you're having that experience as well. Joan says, 9 years ago, a wonderful doctor came to WNC from Winston-Salem, North Carolina, the best doctor I've ever had in my lifetime. Yesterday, he informed me he is taking early retirement at 62. Fair. He said 2 other doctors are also leaving in June. Another already left in December, and his replacement walked out at the end of February. Okay, that's a lot, right? Let's find out what. I asked if he was getting a replacement. He said, so far, no. His suggestion was that a Russian doctor had come to another medical center, and I should try there to get accepted as new patient. Good doctors are no longer able to withstand the absolute tyranny they're under, and his last remark was, let's hear why they're quitting. I no longer am able to cure any of my patients. It's frustrating, and the medical community no longer reaches out to help any of the doctors or patients. all the I's and the T dotted and the T's crossed, right? When it comes to all the paperwork that has to be done for you getting money or you getting your health care covered by the insurance company. The insurance company documentation must be perfect, and yet one of the leading causes of death in the United States is actually medical mistakes. Big deal. They don't like talking about that, but here's the thing, is that priority for insurance paperwork up here, your paperwork for your health down here. And it's not the doctors, it's the insurance companies. Hospitals now have more administrators than they have medical personnel, and that is just a fact. They have more people processing paperwork. Most of it's for insurance companies and billing and all that kind of stuff like that than they actually have medical personnel. It's part of the reason why things are so awful. As the dude on TV was saying on Thursday, Obamacare is a big deal. Yep, it still is. Roxanne says, our pharmacy has started using a central file, which is taking longer. So they're doing a workaround, but it is taking longer to get these things processed. Pharmacy Tech told me that they're wanting the techs to start giving pokes. Okay, so that was one of the reasons why a whole bunch of pharmacists left in the first place, was because they were not just making sure people's medications were good, but they were, and filling them out, but rather they were being told that they need to get out there and start poking people. All right, friends, if you have updates, please do share them with us. Keeps us informed and on the cutting edge. Thanks so much for watching. If you want to get some more information from Genesis Gold about what they can do with your retirement account, or if you want to check out another video from this channel, there's one right up there. Thanks so much for watching. Steve Poplar of the Poplar Report, out.